Don't expect Zach Irvin to play this weekend at all. He's getting in shape, he's healthy, but he's not in game shape right now. So we think we can do more with him off the court and then pushing him in there right now. So that is also day-to-day. That could change, but we're planning to play without him. Other injuries, Spike is still trying like crazy. Still not the Spike that you've seen for years, but he'll be in there doing his best, playing spot minutes, and we'll try to build him up the best that we can. We had a couple of other little minor ankle issues with DJ and Aubrey last week, and they're getting better, and hopefully they'll be at 100%, but we'll know more once we have today's practice and going forward. So that being said, this Northern Michigan team, you know, if anybody saw the score, you say, wow, Michigan State killed them. It was 2 points at half, or yeah, I think it was 2 points at half. With Zach being out, Spike being out, it is an interesting matchup for us because they've played 4 guards and just attack. And they got really good outside shooters. And with the new foul rule, that it can be a difficult thing for everyone. That they're going to call, you know, any type of hand checking. And in a foul shooting contest, I don't like getting foul shooting contests with other teams. Anything could happen there. You can't control that. So it is. It's going to be. You look at the game. People probably thinks it's going to be. It's a Division II guarantee game. It's going to be a challenge for us. Is what I've seen from all their scouting reports. You know, and all the video. I watched 2 of their videos, and they really they have a good team that I think will contend for a championship in the GLIAC.
Why don't you start us off?
Coach, you say Zach's day-to-day. Does that mean there's no timetable or specific?
No, there isn't really. I think when you get into these situations, I think he's got to come to you and say you're ready. I'll ask him, are you ready? We're not getting into that where, you know, he's not in with his mind yet. You know, when we test him from his vertical jumps and things like that from before the injury, he's not near where he was. But he is playing every day with us and practicing with us.
When he's fully cleared, it's just readiness.
Yes, yeah, we're just going to make sure that he is really feels good about it going in, and that it gives the other guys another opportunity.
Chris?
What's the concern with Spike? Is it conditioning or just getting used to the new hips?
Both conditioning and the fact is just his movement right now is not as fluid as it's been. We all know that he's never been the quickest athlete. But he's just still laboring in some areas to regain his flexibility, his lateral speed, all those things.
Do you have an idea of what matchups or what combinations are working better for you now? Have you got
That's the biggest issue right now, is that's probably, it's made it complex, and it's made it where usually at this time, I've put my pretty good idea of who the 5 starters are. And I'm going to have to start 5 guys because you got to start 5 guys. But no one's distinguished them. No one's been bad. Nobody's got out of it. But it's just putting it all together. Who plays where? When was Zach going to get ready? When is Spike going to be ready? It's made it a little bit more difficult than we'd like it to be. But that's what we're dealing with, and it gives us opportunity and time to grow.
Kyle?
A few weeks ago, you and Duncan talked about, you know, him being more of a hunter this year with Irvin's,
Yeah.
you know, expertise behind the three-point line out right now.
Yeah.
Does that fall a little more on him to go out there and get some more
Yeah,
shots?
he's hunting pretty well, I think. In the game the other day, he got 6 threes off, and he's doing some other things. You can see he had a back cut he didn't finish. He had a face cut he did finish. He feels the game really well, and he's learning a lot of other things. But he's, you know, playing off the ball screen and things like that are all new for him. He does some really good things. But he is it's a work in progress, and we love it. But he's definitely in a rotation. Where he is and how soon he goes in is probably depends a lot on the opponent.
Mark?
You said Spike would play spot minutes?
Yeah,
Right?
probably play spot.
Why at all? Why even, why not just?
Because he's been able to practice and probably for a longer period of time. You know, Zach's been practicing 1 week. Yeah, in other words, Spike did not play in our scrimmage because he had been maybe 2 weeks, 1 week of full practice. He was considering, he was not in game shape. we think he's in somewhat better game shape than Zach.
So
A
he,
little bit further along. I think anytime you're going this quickly, you're always, I'm being really cautious, but risk of injury, right? That's no longer a issue with Spike. Anybody, and I'm not